Right now, you're doing something you've never even thought about. You woke up this morning, walked to your kitchen, turned a knob, and fire appeared. Just like that. You made your coffee. You cooked your eggs. You didn't stop for even 1 second to think about what just happened. Or maybe tonight, you'll light a candle. Maybe you'll sit around a bonfire with your friends, laughing, talking, feeling completely safe in the dark. Because the fire is there. It always has been. But what if it wasn't? What if you woke up one morning and fire, every form of it, was just gone? No stove, no lighter, no matches, no heat, and it's not coming back. Not tomorrow, not next year, not for 1,000,000 years. That is the exact world your ancestors lived in. Not primitive cartoon cavemen, not monsters. Real people, people with hands like yours, eyes like yours, fear like yours. They walked this earth for over 1,000,000 years without a single flame, and somehow they survived. So today, we are going to answer the question that most history classes never ask. How? How did they actually do it? What did they eat? Where did they sleep? What happened when the sun went down? Stick around, because some of what you're about to learn is going to genuinely disturb you. Let's set the scene. We're talking about more than 2,000,000 years ago, before Homo sapiens, before agriculture, before any civilization you've ever read about. We're in the time of our earliest ancestors, species like Homo habilis and early Homo erectus. Scientists call this the Lower Paleolithic, the early Stone Age. Now here's the number that should stop you cold. The oldest confirmed evidence of humans controlling fire comes from Wonderwerk Cave in South Africa, dated to approximately 1,000,000 years ago. Researchers found burned bones and plant ash in layers that could only have been created by deliberate, sustained fire, not a wildfire, not an accident. That means for at least 1,000,000 years before that evidence, and possibly much longer, our ancestors lived without a single flame. 1,000,000 years. So let's actually walk through what that life looked like, starting with the most basic human need of all. What did they eat? They ate raw meat, not sushi, not trendy tartare, completely uncooked flesh, straight from a freshly killed or scavenged animal. They cracked bones open with stones to get to the marrow inside, because fat-rich marrow was one of the most calorie-dense foods available. A 2016 study, published in PLOS One, analyzed cut marks on animal bones from early archaeological sites and confirmed exactly this. Our ancestors were systematically processing carcasses, scraping flesh, breaking bones, extracting every bit of nutrition they could before something larger arrived to take it from them. And they had to eat fast, because without fire, there was no way to cook, no way to smoke, no way to preserve. Every meal had an expiration timer measured in hours, not days. But here's what makes this scientifically remarkable. Their bodies were built for it. Biological anthropologist Richard Wrangham at Harvard University spent decades researching this question. His conclusion, outlined in Catching Fire: How Cooking Made Us Human, is that early humans before fire had significantly larger digestive systems than we do today. They needed that extra gut length to break down tough, raw proteins and unprocessed plant fiber. They were essentially walking digestive machines. They also ate insects, and lots of them. Termites, grubs, and larvae were high-protein, easy-to-find food sources that required no fire to prepare. They foraged constantly. Tubers, roots, seeds, wild berries, fungi. Everything was seasonal. Everything was uncertain. There was no pantry, no refrigerator, no backup plan. If today's hunt failed, they went to sleep hungry, and they hoped tomorrow would be different. Now let's talk about nights, because this is where it gets uncomfortable. You probably feel a little uneasy in total darkness. Most people do. That instinct isn't a coincidence. It is millions of years old, and it comes from exactly this era. At night, without fire, early humans were completely vulnerable. Lions, hyenas, leopards, saber-toothed cats, all of them were active after sunset, and early humans had absolutely nothing to scare them away. No torch, no loud noise machine, no weapon powerful enough to reliably stop an apex predator. So what did they do? They climbed. Paleoanthropologists studying early Homo species found that they retained strong climbing adaptations, longer arms relative to their body, slightly curved finger bones, powerful grip strength. These weren't evolutionary leftovers. They were survival tools actively used every single night. They slept in trees, high enough that most predators couldn't reach them. Not comfortable, not restful, but alive. They also moved in large groups. Always. Solitude was effectively a death sentence after dark. Research on early hominin social structures suggests group sizes ranged between 50 and 150 individuals. That wasn't just for company, that was defense strategy. They surrounded the most vulnerable, the children, the elderly, the injured. They posted watchers. They threw rocks. They screamed together to create noise when something came close. Every single night was a coordinated survival event. They were afraid every night, and every morning they woke up. It meant they had survived something most of us will never have to face. Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. Fire wasn't just warmth and cooked food. Fire was eventually going to become the first social space in human history. The campfire is where storytelling began, where culture was born, where people sat together in the dark and felt safe enough to just be human. Without it, early humans bonded differently. Physical grooming was a primary social behavior, just as you see in modern primates today. He would sit with a group member and spend long minutes carefully checking their skin and hair. She would do the same for the children, for allies, for those she trusted. This wasn't just hygiene, it was communication. It was relationship building. It was how they said, "I trust you. You're safe with me." They also communicated through early proto-language. Not full sentences, not grammar, but a developing system of calls, gestures, and intentional sounds. Research published in Nature in 2023 suggests the neurological foundations of language were developing hundreds of thousands of years before modern humans, possibly starting with earlier Homo species. And they were teaching each other. The Oldowan stone tools, simple but deliberately crafted, date back to 2.6 million years ago. Making them wasn't instinct, it required learning. He might have spent years watching how an older member of the group angled a stone strike before he could do it himself. She might have spent a childhood learning which plant roots were safe, which berries caused illness, which trails led to water. Knowledge passed from one set of hands to the next. Not through writing, but through watching, failing, and doing again. They were not mindless. They were learning, adapting, and teaching across generations without a single school, book, or fire to gather around. So when did fire finally arrive? The confirmed record points to Wonderwerk Cave in South Africa, approximately 1 million years ago. But some researchers believe it goes back even further. A site in Israel called Gesher Benot Yaakov shows evidence of controlled fire from around 790,000 years ago. And some debated findings suggest possible fire use as far back as 1.5 million years. How did they first discover it? The leading scientific theory is that it began with natural fire. Wildfires started by lightning strikes. Early humans didn't run from those fires the way most animals did. They approached them. They watched. They noticed something crucial. The animals that died in the fire were easier to eat. The warmth was unlike anything they had ever felt at night. The light pushed back the darkness that had terrified them their entire lives. Then, at some unknown moment in history, someone made the connection. Striking certain rocks together made sparks. Spinning a dry stick rapidly against dry wood created heat, then smoke, then ember. We don't know who that person was. We will never know. They left no name, no grave marker, no monument. But in that one anonymous moment, in some dark corner of ancient Africa, one human being changed the fate of every person who would ever live after them, including you. After fire, everything changed, and science is very specific about what everything means. Wrangham's research found that cooking food dramatically increases the number of usable calories the body can extract from the same raw ingredient. A cooked sweet potato delivers far more energy than a raw one. That extra energy went directly to the brain. Bigger brains, faster thinking, better planning. Our intestines shrank because cooked food is easier to digest. Our teeth got smaller. Our jaws became less powerful. We stopped needing to be digestive machines and started becoming thinking machines instead. Fire also extended the day. Before fire, when the sun disappeared, life stopped. After fire, they could stay awake. They could plan tomorrow's hunt tonight. They could repair tools, care for the sick, and, most powerfully, tell stories in the dark. The campfire hours are almost certainly where human creativity, imagination, and culture first began to truly emerge. Even sleep changed. A 2014 study in the American Journal of Physical Anthropology by researcher Jerome Siegel found that modern humans sleep fewer hours than most other primates. The leading theory is that fire allowed early humans to sleep on the ground, in groups, safely, instead of uncomfortably balanced in trees. Better sleep meant better cognitive function, better decisions, better survival. The animal that had spent over 1 million years hiding in trees, eating raw meat, and shaking through the night, started planning for the future. So the next time you turn on your stove, you click open your lighter, or you sit around a bonfire on a warm summer night, stop, just for 1 second. Look at that flame, that fire you control so casually. Our ancestors spent over 1 million years without it. They were cold, scared, eating raw food, sleeping in trees, surviving one terrifying night at a time for longer than the human brain can actually imagine. And then one person, just one ordinary, unnamed person, figured it out, and they passed it on through generations and millennia and migration across continents. That discovery traveled all the way to you. You didn't have to find fire. You didn't have to survive without it. You inherited the result of 1 million years of fear, adaptation, and one extraordinary accident of discovery. You are the beneficiary of the most important moment in human history, and it happened in the dark, before anyone was watching. Drop a comment below with the one fact from today that actually surprised you. We genuinely want to know which part hit hardest. And if this made you think differently about where we came from, the next video covers what happened in the 10,000 years after fire and how fast everything accelerated. It's right there for you. See you in the next one.